I paid for my trip to Europe just by cleaning out my closet. And no, this isn't some crazy scheme or a scam. I'm not trying to get you to sign up for anything. I literally just cleaned out my closet and uploaded everything to Depop. I'll insert a screenshot of my earnings for the last 3 months, and it might go up by the time that I like edit this video and post it, but what I'm looking at right now is $882, which is crazy. And if you see here that I didn't even start selling in the month of May. So 3 months includes the entire month of May. So it's only been 2 months that I've really actually been selling on Depop. And I've made almost $900, which is crazy. I did not expect that to happen. And I'm not like listing my clothes for crazy prices either. Everything's under $10. And I'd say the average is under $5. Like, I have very good prices on my stuff. Granted, I have sold like 100 pieces. And I do understand that is a lot, and not everyone has like that mass of clothing, but again, it's not that crazy where it's like not attainable. I feel like a lot of girls have that much clothing, that much extra clothing. And if you watched my closet clean out video, then you would actually see everything that I got rid of or was putting into my Depop pile and how much I kept. I'd say I only got rid of like 1/3 of my closet. I'm so happy I did this. And here is verification that I did indeed buy my ticket, and I'll crop out all like the information that pertains to my safety, I guess. Here is proof that I'm actually going on this trip because of my Depop. And like I said, I did not expect this to happen. I just didn't want my clothes to end up in a landfill or just circulating Goodwill forever. I just wanted like a more sustainable way to get rid of my clothes and have people love them, because a lot of these clothes like had sentimental value to me at one point in my life, or like I have like memories of them. So I want them to go to a good place. I want them to feel loved. So that was my solution, and it worked, crazy enough. I'm so happy, and I cannot wait to go on my trip. But in this video, I'm also going to share with you guys my tips and tricks for Depop. Now, I'm not like the most experienced seller, but like I said, I have sold like 100 items in the last 2 months and made almost $900, so I feel like I'm a little bit qualified. I have a little bit of tips and tricks. First of all, if you go on my Depop, you'll actually see that every single one of my photos has a white background, and I like cropped the item into the white background so you can see it very cleanly, pristinely. I do this because it makes me look more professional than I am, and it just helps people see the item better, and it helps people see exactly what they're purchasing. And I do this by holding down on the picture on my I have an iPhone, so I hold down on the picture. It'll like crop it out for you. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but it'll crop it out for you, and then you hit save image. And this will be like the cropped out image. It will already like cut it out of the background for you. And then I use the app InShot, which not sponsored, but it's what I use. You can put it into a square frame, a white background, and just put it in there, and it will like, you can move it around to the size that you want also, but this is literally what I do, and it's just perfect and so easy, and it makes your photos look so clean and professional. Next is to upload everything in batches. Something I found out is that Depop really like boosts your posts when they're uploaded together. So if you upload a lot on one day, you're gonna get like a lot of views for those posts. If you upload a few every day, it'll be a little less views. And if you upload like one big batch and then nothing for days, it'll be a huge spike and then a huge drop off in views and purchases and everything. So what I've learned to do, especially if I am posting a lot of things like I have been the past 2 months, I will upload like 20 at a time and then wait like 2 or 3 days and upload again. Because I feel like 2 to 3 days is the sweet spot where it will spike your views and your purchases, but then it doesn't have time to go back down. Once it spikes, then you spike it again, you spike it again, if that makes sense. And I feel like 2 to 3 days, 20-ish items is the perfect amount. And obviously if you're not selling that many things, it's a little harder to reach that, and you will still sell stuff, it just won't be like that crazy spike that I was seeing. Next, which might be a little controversial, but I boost every single item. I don't care, it's only 8%. If you want, you can just add an extra 8% onto the actual price to like even it out for yourself. But boosting everything seriously helps your views and engagement, follows and hearts and everything, and it just helps you overall get more purchases on your items. Along with pricing, keep everything very cheap if you are selling used clothes. Unless you're selling like archival pieces where they're like a few of a kind, or they're vintage and they're like really high quality, you know, that sort of thing, where it's actually like respectable to have it at a certain price. You should not be selling your used sweatshirt for $25 or $30. There's no way you should be doing that. Shouldn't do it. I don't know what to tell you. I kept everything very cheap, like I said, honestly a little too cheap, but I was on a time limit. I had to get everything sold within those 2 months. And so I was willing to take a little like price hit, especially because if something didn't sell, I would just be giving it to Goodwill at the end of the 2 months. So I was able to sell stuff for under $5, under $10 for a lot of things. There were a few things I sold that were over $10, but not more than $20 at all. And I would recommend you do the same with your used clothes. If you're just cleaning out your closet and you want a little extra cash, then keep it under $10. You will see a lot of purchases if your stuff is cheaper, because people will impulse buy cheap stuff because it's like, oh, it's only $4, so I'll just buy it, instead of like, oh, this is $15, like, do I get this, do I get this, you know? This seems like a duh thing, but apparently it's not. Message back right away. Turn on your notifications for Depop and message every single person back immediately. If you get an offer, immediately counter it. I found out that if I sit on an offer for even like 20 minutes, then there's not a guarantee that they're ever gonna accept that offer back and actually purchase it. But if I immediately hit accept offer, then they're so much more likely to actually just buy it right in that moment, because they'll still be on the app being like, oh, scroll, put in this offer, I think this is cute, and then they'll get the notification, your offer is accepted, click here to buy. And they'll be a lot more inclined to buy because they're like, oh, perfect, okay, instead of waiting and then thinking about it, you know? This next one is for people who actually want to like build up their shop. You're just going on there to sell a few things every once in a while. This isn't as important to you, but if you maybe want to turn this into a career one day, or you have a lot of stuff that you're going to want to sell like I did, then you're going to want to do this because it will really boost your shop up, and that is ask for reviews from people who have purchased from you. So what I do is after I get the notification that a package has been delivered to a customer, then I will usually wait 2 to 3 days and give them some time to like open it and enjoy it and maybe wear it. And then I'll ask, hey, I saw that your package was delivered. How was it? You had a pleasant experience? And it would mean the world to me if you could leave a review. Something like that. And then like, have a great day, some emojis, you know, keep it light, keep it fun. And that is truly the secret how I have 5-star reviews on my shop, because I am just overly kind and overly gracious to my customers while still like getting what I want, you know? Like, I am asking you for this review to my benefit. This does not really help them at all, but since I asked in such a kind way, they're more likely to do it. And those are all the tips that I had right off the bat. I can of course make a more in-depth video because obviously there's lots of nuances to selling on Depop, but those are my main tips and the things that I use every day while selling. But before I go, I just want to say it is a ton of work, especially at the beginning when I was first cleaning out my closet and then had to organize everything and take pictures of everything, edit every single photo and every single angle of the item and take pictures of the tags and all that stuff, edit all those photos, put them into Depop, write the description hundreds of times. It gets literally backbreaking at some point. It is hard. I don't want to make it seem like a super easy thing, because it's not. It is a lot easier than other things and it's more fun than other jobs, but it still is work and you do need to be on top of it. Like I said, messaging people back immediately, like be on your phone, have notifications on, have your ringer on, and just be ready to be on customer service mode 24/7, because that is essentially what you're doing. But it's very rewarding and I'm very happy with it, and maybe I'll continue doing it. But that is how I paid for my Europe trip, by cleaning out my closet, and I couldn't be happier. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow for more. I'll be uploading a ton of videos in the next week or two before I leave for my trip. And yeah, love you guys. Bye.